Hi guys, welcome back to Vic's Bricks. Today I want to talk a bit about trains and train tracks. Now anyone who knows me knows I love trains, so there's going to be lots of trains in Chilita. So let's just do a couple of things I did learn from my mistakes, and I also learnt a lot by watching videos just like this one. Now, your train tracks. You get quite a few different tracks on there. You get your standard straight ones, like that, which is like 2 studs there. You can get the straight ones with 1 stud. So see the difference? You've got 2 studs and then just 1. I don't really like these much, but you do get them with some sets. I tend to like the 2 stud ones. And with those as well, when you join them together, because they just sort of click together, they can be a bit wobbly. So what you should do with your train tracks is get your 4x2 little base plate, stick them together. As I said, they just lock in. Technical difficulties. They just lock in, and then you put your little 4x2 stud on there to stop them moving around. Okay. Another thing to have is your 1x2 plate as well. I put them under all my joins under here so that they stick to the base plate perfectly and not move around, because as I said, they can. Yep, so it raises that just slightly, because when you go to the curves, there's no base thing to stick on them. So you put your flat tiles under the curves and these ones here, and they hold that track in place perfectly, so the track's not moving around like that all the time. Okay, and you've got these ones. I like these. They're only little tiny ones. They're, what's that, about 4. It's 4 studs wide, and they move. They're little connectors like that. So what you can make in your train tracks is you can make any kind of S move. So if you want just a little curve or a lot of curve, or if it's not quite wide enough, if you want to make your track a little bit wider, you just stick in one of those. Now, they stick together with a 2x2 little stud on there. Just clicks in there like that. And again, you can stick the little 2x1s under there to stop it from moving, but it's good because you can just give a slight curve to things. And yeah, I like these ones. This one as well, if you've got, I've got a couple of them in mine. If you've got a track that you want to curve out one way and one out the other, or turn into a big circle, okay, you just put these on there. And it's like real trains. You flick this little switch and it moves the train there. So if you put it that way, the train will come up this track. If you turn it that way, the train goes straight up that track. So these are really handy too. They have left and right ones that you can buy. And so there's quite a lot of things to do with the trains in this. Laying it out. Now, to do a full curve, you're going to need 88 studs across to do basically straight to straight. So if you're doing a curve around, it's 88 studs. So be mindful of that. If you've only got a small space like that, you won't be able to get a train to turn on it unless you buy. There are some out there, I haven't got any, but you can buy ones that have a tighter curve. So they're brilliant if you want to do 2 trains next to each other running. So if you want a track in there and a track on the inside, you get the tighter curves to go with that. There's about 4 different sizes, but again, be mindful, the tighter the curve, the more likely it is that your train will derail as well. So be careful of that. That's why I haven't bought the real tight ones, because in some of the videos I've watched, they can derail. So I just stick with the standard one that comes with all train models, which is, I think it's they call it a 56 curve. Then there's a 72. Again, I think there's a photo I'll put in there for you. Another thing too is when you're laying it out, be very mindful when you've got your trains They are pretty standard. They don't go over the width of the train tracks. The width of the train tracks are 8 studs. So most of these trains are about 6, so they don't actually hang out over the side. So you can bring your models up fairly close to there and they won't hit, except when you go round a corner. Now, if you've got a long nose train like this one, and you've pushed your rail right up flush with the building, that's going to happen. It's going to hit and it won't go round. Okay, now, I'm pretty sure I have to give it about 3. Yeah, see, it hits right there and it will hit all the way round to there. I think I have to give it about 3, maybe even 4 studs back from, to say, why is this not moving? Because I stuck it down to show you that the track doesn't move. There we go. All right, I'll try it at 3. I think it's about 3 or 4 to stop the, and most of the trains that you get, the high-speed trains, they're all this long nose. So, yeah, you've got to give it at least 3 studs back so that it won't hit any buildings. Okay, so good trick on that. And the reason I found that out was when I laid my city out, I laid the train tracks first, and then I put all the buildings in, and then I had to go through and change them all. So, important safety tip. Even with, as I said, you get a couple of different types of trains. You've got the long nose train, and then you've got the snub nose train. I think these will actually hit it too, if it's too close. Let's just check. Again, the studs are good for holding that in. I'm pretty sure the snub nose trains, oops, I get him on the track. Yeah, the snub nose train will hit, as you can see as well. Yeah, so always make sure that your curves are back and test it. Just get, like, these are just buildings that I've put in here to show you. Just get a building that is flush and make sure your trains can get around it without hitting it. Okay. Now, as I said, there were the different types of tracks. Your straight, your curved. You can get, most of the time they come in this dark grey. You can get the light grey as well, but I've tried to keep it pretty uniform with the dark grey. The dark grey with the 2 studs rather than the 1 studs. Don't like the 1 studs much. Other than that, I think, yeah, we're good. So make sure that you've got your little things on here, and yeah, as I said, you've got to have, I think they're called a ballast, I think from memory. You put them up on a ballast like that. It secures them on there. They're not going to move, because even if you've got your trains running around the track, they will move the track like that, okay? They're quite easily moved. But yeah, on the straights here, you just put your ballast down and it keeps it nice and secure. I've done that all with my train tracks around here. So yeah, happy building, but yeah, please keep that in mind when you're doing your trains. They do take a fair bit of work to get right, and also if you want them raised, like you can probably just see, I've got a raised track in my Chinatown. Again, very important to have the stability underneath for those. So you've just got the 2 poles going up, and make sure you put on those plates that keep the joins together, these ones, okay? Because if you've just got a thing like that, see how they can bend? And that's what I mean. If you haven't got that, they're quite unstable unless you put your, and that's on every join, not just a couple, every join. Because again, that will make it, like, see how it's not bending? Where that one does. Without the, and they do work on all the curved ones too. They'll fit on all the curved, because yeah, that will happen. Instead of being nice and tight and straight, any weight on there will do that. So don't be lazy, and because I did, and then I had to go and redo it all, every single bit, because I thought, oh, I can do a bit here, a bit there. No, every single bit. Okay, so that's about it from me from trains. I will be doing another one about all my trains, because I'm going to make, like this one, as you know, is one of the Lego takeoffs. It is powered. This one's not powered. It's got no, but I'm going to power all my trains. So that'll be another little handy hint to do. So until next time, hooroo, keep on building.